Hey folks, welcome to Catch Every Moment Fishing. I got a bunch of new blanks from Sugar Tit and I wanted to paint them up a little bit, but I was having a writer's block for painters, I guess. Painter's block, I don't know what you call it. But I put it out to social media and said, throw me a challenge. Give me something to paint. Well, this is what I got. So I'm going to try to paint this and we will see what comes of it. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to kind of paint on the fly. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. The first color we're going with here is black, transparent black, to start out on this. Painting the entire lure with black, just as a base coat. Next color we're going to use is a dark brown. It's going to be hard to tell a difference between this and the black that we already put down, but I've looked at this clown triggerfish about 100 times and there seems to be a real subtle difference in the top and bottom coloring on that fish, so I'm going to try to match that as best I can. Yeah, you probably can't even see this difference, honestly, but I'll know. And that matters to me a little bit. We're going to put this brown across the top here. Eventually we're going to put some other colors over that. But again, it's real subtle in the picture that I was sent, but I do want to try to match it. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the bottom white splotches on this mimic. And I don't really like to use traditional stencils. And I don't know if you could really use a traditional stencil on that anyway. So this is a cutout piece of a clementine bag, and we're going to go ahead and put that on here and use that as a stencil to try to put in these white splotches on the bottom. As you can see, we have put some tape on here, and I've got that clementine packaging set up to be my stencil, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit it with this opaque white. Now we're going to try to carefully take this tape off and remove the makeshift stenciling we used. See if this worked. I think it kinda worked. So the stenciling worked out pretty much like I thought it would. Got a couple of spots here where the tape took off paint, so I'm just gonna touch those up real quick with my stir stick, actually, just to put that black back on them. So if you look at the lips of this clown triggerfish, they are very yellow, and then on the back here it's a real faded, I'd call that a yellow, maybe a beige, but it's a faded yellow almost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shoot this with the yellow to give the yellow lips. Then I'm going to cut it with some of the white we just used for this portion and fade it out and put it here on the back. So we're just going to put this little bit of yellow right here on the nose. What we're going to do here is this odd light yellow pattern, and I think the best way to do it, rather than reuse the stencil and go back to the same thing, I've cut out a little section here of cardboard, and I am going to flick some paint up there and see if I can catch something, again, representative of this. I'm not trying to make an exact replica, just kind of draw inspiration from this. And if you see, the eye is right there, and this kind of splits the eye, so we're going to go for right in that area. So we're going to dip here into this light yellow and just flick a handful of times up here. Well, I'm getting it everywhere, but there we go. And we'll turn it around to do it on the other side. We're just going to go back over the top here with some of this black to clean up some of that over splatter. Off the yellow lips on the triggerfish, there's a white line that goes beside it. So I'm just going to take this toothpick, put it in some white paint, and just try to come along beside it. There is your white line off the lips on this side. Just go ahead and flip it around and do it on the other side as well. So just a little bit more here. While we're doing the white accents, we're going to go ahead and do this little white strip in the middle of the tail as well. Looking at this little stripe right here under the eye, and looking at the blank we're using, the eye is considerably bigger proportionately, and the front end of the fish doesn't do the same thing. So rather than trying to bring it down this way and around, I'm just going to put it right here under the eye. So we're going to just use the toothpick again. Just make the real subtle line right there. And we'll flip it around and do it on the other side. The last color we are going to run through the airbrush today is this Wicked Pearl Blue. See that? And that's just going to go on the bottom fin and a little bit on the top of the lure here to match the picture we're working off of. And the only thing we have left to do now is go ahead and drop in the eye. So there you have it. This is my take on a clown triggerfish. I want to thank Mickey Thurman for the suggestion. If you all enjoyed what you watched here, please subscribe, throw us a like, and if you're enjoying it, please share the channel so we can all grow it together. If you have any suggestions or ideas of stuff you'd like to see me attempt to paint, please throw them there in the comments, and if I can, I will absolutely give it a shot. This was really challenging, and I don't know that it's perfect, but I've never tried anything quite like it before, and I'm relatively pleased. So thank you for watching, and we will catch y'all down the road. Take care.